Okay, welcome to ANZ Combined Racing League Round 3 of the GT Open Sprint Cup. We are here at Le Mans Bugatti circuit for 2 races and we just started qualifying, and alongside me tonight is Dark Racing 40. Welcome, Darky.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. This is baguette and cheese, cream cheese. Hello, everyone. How you going?
Very nice. I'm dripping in the croissant, ham and cheese croissant at the moment, mate, and looking forward to this race. Actually, there's going to be wet for the first race, so the qualifying dry. They're going to get out there and see if they can get some nice grid positions.
Yep, that is correct. So we're watching GT3 game as he's left pit lane doing his first out lap.
And just as the practice session we just had, I think it was Night Havoc was the fastest?
Yes, Night Havoc was the fastest in the Porsche. So we'll see if he can replicate that.
And we've got actually a new racer here tonight. We've actually got 2 because we haven't seen Whopper at all this season, but we've got here M2E Kemi, and we like to welcome him. He's from the Philippines, breaking our rule from Australian and New Zealand races. So hopefully he sticks around tonight without too much problems with any ping, but currently looking not too bad, moving around a little bit, but he gave it a run on practice on Thursday, Darky, and wasn't too bad.
No, his ping I think is just borderline for us, and that's the absolute limit, so I think we've decided to give him a try and see if it works. He was pretty good on the Thursday of the practice. I think still come to grips with probably the way we race and a few things, but we'll see how he goes tonight. So as long as he has fun, that's the main thing. And the other person who's been missing from some of the racing for a while has been this man here, Whopper. So some issues, life sometimes gets in the way of sim racing. You can't quite do it all the time, but he's been able to make finally tonight for a comeback. So we'll see how he goes tonight too.
Yeah, most Aussies would be familiar with his car running around Bathurst in this livery quite a few years ago under Jonathan Webb, I think it was.
The Techno Autosports, I believe.
Yeah,
I think they ran it was them.
Yeah, so the Stick Star Elite. Very nice looking McLaren, and unfortunately we're getting back to also to M2E Kemi. His teammate Blue Falcon isn't around tonight, so it would have been good because we've seen Blue Falcon wrestle that Renault around, so it would have been good to see both the Renaults out here tonight. So it's all been left into the hands of the Kemi.
That's it.
And the return of Matty Seeking, a married man. So if everyone in the chat would like to
press F for his death,
send his condolences to him, because now he's definitely well and truly under the pump being a married man. So hopefully he enjoys married life, and we wish him well. But here he is, after taking Tim and Jack doing such a good job in this Cadillac, returning the car back to Matty Seeking, third in the championship, only 10 points off the lead of Night Havoc, and 2 points behind Commander Jim, and they're both in their team virtual drivers Porsche. So there we go, looking at Commander Jim. It's currently 2 points ahead of Matty Seeking.
That's it, as you can see.
I believe Matty was actually, he's hold on to that, Commander. And Matty was actually, I think, was second in that practice session earlier. So the Cadillac is there or thereabouts at the moment.
Well, Night Havoc's gone the fastest, nearly a 1 minute 36 there. 37 almost flat, so he's not too far away from cracking it. See how he goes. Casey's jumped up in second in the McLaren. Didn't go out through practice, yes. So he's probably he's done his practice, but yeah, he's ready to go by the look of it.
In the K-Pax McLaren.
So here's Matty, almost half a second off. Commander Jim's returned to pits now, and GT3 Gaming in the Bentley. So a good mix of cars here at the top, at the front.
The Open division has really put on the racing in these series. So we're just hitting the halfway mark after we complete this round of a 6-round series. So there's still plenty on offer for a lot of these drivers. The championship is so close with 62 points for Night Havoc, and then his teammate is 2 points behind him on 60. And then, as we said, Matty Seeking having Tim and Jack fill in that car for the 2 reserve drives. Has found himself in third on 52 points.
That's it.
So
yes.
10 points off the lead. And then Quick Nick, that's who we want to see in the Acura. He's in fourth at the moment, 46 points. So 16 points off the lead, but only 2 points in front of B-Stang in that Ferrari we were watching earlier. So big battle here for the for fourth and fifth in the championship, and they're not too far away even from Matty Seeking. So
Casey's just gone fastest here for 1:36.7.
yeah, so the reason why some people that might have been tuning in to Darky, this Casey has been in the Pro Division. Unfortunately, we're talking about at the opening here that life does get in the way, and unfortunately he hasn't been able to commit to race for the remainder of this series on a Sunday night. So the way that we could keep him racing was to bring him here in the Open Division. So he's going to actually put some lot of pressure on these Porsches, but the consistency, Darky, of Casey, we've seen him crack under pressure. So
that's it.
You know, he's going to learn his craft here in Open and probably bring himself to a better driver.
That's it.
In the future.
So we do have a couple of absences here tonight, which is Izzy Blue Falcon and Lockie not able to make it again tonight. So no Mercedes-Benz and down one Renault. So we're down a couple of cars tonight. We got 9 competitors, so we'll see how we go. We should have good racing tonight. First race will be First race is going to be very interesting. Considering if you're from third to fourth back at the start of the grid here when it's raining, you can't see anything. So it's really going to be driving blind coming up to the Dunlop chicane here. So it's going to be very interesting on the first lap here. With the rain that's going to happen here.
That's right, mate. And when you think about it, it is rain. It's not light rain that we normally run. So, you know, it's going to get pretty wet on track over 20 minutes. So these guys, I tell you what, they'll be slipping and sliding by the end of the race.
Yeah, and we're also got to watch out for a few puddles that are going to potentially develop in the racetrack. So they're not, well, I'll say they're not that bad, but they do get that bad by the end of the race. So we'll see how we go. So couldn't go any faster then. The man who loves the caddy, Matty Seeking, still holding down third. So a lot of work on it to make this car comfortable and quick.
That's a quick time we've seen from Casey with a 36.7 as well. So congratulations to him. You know, getting on the right foot here in the Open Division. We saw a 36.4 by yourself, Darky, on Thursday night practice. So, you know, he's not far off the mark there. And you'd probably expect that, especially when he's been competing for, you know, pretty fast laps in qualifying in the Pro Division.
That's it.
But as we said, his races have just not fallen his way. He's been caught up on a few little mistakes that weren't his own, and then he sort of pushed a little bit harder and then, you know, found himself making some silly mistakes. But this Open Division, I tell you what, they're no slouches, as you can see by these paces, and they're pretty consistent on the racetrack. We've seen their racecraft has been top notch. So Casey's going to have to make sure that he's well and truly got on top of everything here tonight.
Yep, so I think Casey's in the draft on the Porsches here. Porsche runs a bit wide here, so now it's a drag race. Who's got the quick car in a straight line? These guys got 30 seconds, so they're going to try and get a lap in. They don't really want to be arguing. They both want to get there as fast as they can.
Yeah, they still have time, and really that's where the you think Casey may just should back off a little bit, knowing that he will get a time. He doesn't want to just...
Not having gone faster just then, 36.2, so he's pulled the trigger.
Geez, the track's really gripping up here at the moment here for qualifying session, but they're going to find the grip all gone in the race, Darky.
As Commander Jim's coming to pit lane now, so this is actually a tricky pit lane to enter, so you've got to be careful. So Matty Seeking's done, Commander Jim is now done. Casey's got this lap to improve.
Yeah, he's only just got onto that lap, hasn't he?
And so is Night Havoc, and everyone else is pretty much going to be finishing off their laps now. So he's whopping the other McLaren.
Yeah, currently fifth. Not too bad after he missed the first 2 rounds. So he's been on the Assetto Corsa competitions only, so it's a different game as we know in Project Cars.
That's it. So Wobbler stays in 5th, so here's Gear 3 Gaming, finishing off his lap.
Now, how do you think the big Bentley's going to go in the wet, mate, with all that weight? Do you think it's going to
Well,
help it a little bit?
I had a bit of a test in it today, and it was actually a very comfortable car to drive in the wet. It was very, very nice to drive. It did have a little bit of taily happy, but it was more throttle control. But if you can keep the throttle control nice, it was a very comfortable car to drive in the wet. So if gear can drive it at its limit, I know what lap time that car can do, so it should be very competitive. So, but it's being able to replicate what I was able to do is another story. But yeah, the Bentley's felt to me very nice in the wet. So.
And Kemi's a bit of a, oh, there we go with the Porsche dance. But Kemi's a little bit of a surprise there in 9th in practice. He was in there in 37, so yeah, obviously not getting things right in qualifying.
Just struggling a little bit. But these things happen sometimes. Just looking quick Mick in the Acura. And here comes Casey. This should be the last. No, yep, as I was saying, quick Mick. Yeah. And finish his lap. So that's it. So Night Havoc gets pole here in the Porsche from Casey in the McLaren. Maddie Seeking in the Cadillac. If anyone wants to try and guess his flag there's the 2 letters to help you out. Commander Jim is in 4th in the Porsche. Whopper in the McLaren in 5th. Gear 3 Gaming 6th in the Bentley. Quick Mick 7th in the Acura. B staying 8th in the Ferrari. Cami 9th in the Renault.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of work to do from the back of the grid here, Cami, but we know it's wet conditions as well, so, you know, and a 20-minute race, so there's a long time there for these guys to make up positions. So, as you can see, the heavens have opened up.
That's it. It is raining like there's no tomorrow.
So it's going to be a culture shock to them. They're going to get their mindset back to now the more slippery surface, and they'll be using all this 2 minutes pre-race start-up time to make sure they've got their tune set up for the wet tyres.
That's it.
And also make sure they got enough fuel for this 20-minute race. So what would you reckon, how many laps you reckon they're going to be doing? Roughly around about 12, 11?
12 to 11 laps, yeah.
Yeah,
so, but the biggest thing that I reckon we're going to see in the next race is, because people are going to work out their fuel for this one, but the next race they're going to be faster and use more fuel. And if people haven't really been paying attention to their fuel mileage just in that practice session, then we're going to see some people probably run out of fuel in the second race here later tonight. So that's going to be a thing to keep an eye out for the second race here tonight.
So we'll keep an eye on Night Havoc, because he did that at Bathurst, didn't he? He ran out of fuel not once but twice.
That's
so,
it.
You know, we don't want to see the repeat there for Night Havoc. So I'm sure that he's going to have more fuel than what he really needs. So he doesn't want to repeat that mistake. So Casey's second on the grid. He'll be alongside. So we're not too sure which side the drivers are going to take. During official practice, there was a mixture of people wanting to be on the right or the left if they're on pole. So we'll see. You know, there's a benefit to be on the outside coming into turn 1, because then you've got the inside into the Dunlop chicane.
That is correct. But it all comes down to personal preference, and here we go. We're rolling.
So they can only go at 120 kilometres an hour, but I tell you what, these tyres are not going to get warm at all. They can work it as hard as they're going to do, but they're going to be stone cold. And these cars are going to be on a knife edge on the first opening lap here. Probably the first 3 or 4 laps, actually.
That's it. So they're going to be cautious the first couple of laps here, just to make sure that we're all fine.
Yeah, we've got actually a couple of the pros obviously tuning in, so we say hello to those guys. They'll obviously be very interested. Oh, as Casey's already looped it out of Dunlop chicane on the parade lap. I can't talk because I actually looped it around at Bathurst as well. So Casey's now coming back into his position that he needs to do. But he may not be able to be second. He might have to stay in third.
He's going to have to fall back to where he was.
Yeah. So the game will tell him where he's got to be. So he's actually doing that now.
That's it. So that's now promoted everyone else up 1 spot.
That's put the caddy on the front row alongside Night Havoc. So look out, we have got a race here. We've got the championship leader of Night Havoc with Commander Jim in third. And and who's second in the championship, and Matty Seeking, who's third in the championship, right there. So what a race we've got him lined up here as they're coming through the garage vert corners, the two double right-hand corners of turn 6.
That's it. And that's where one of the puddles will develop at this track here. So, well, that will happen probably in the back half of the race. So it shouldn't be that bad.
So into turn 7 and 8. It's all German. I mean, it's all French to me, I should say. German. I mean, it's Chemin Ox Boefs or something like that. So I'm not very good with the pronunciation of French. So we'll probably call that something different. And this turns 9 and 10 is, well, this one here is Estu Garage Bleu, so I'd like to call that Chicken Cordon Bleu.
Okay, Chicken Cordon Bleu, okay. So now the cars are starting to line up at Chicken Cordon Bleu.
That's it, and here we go to the final.
So Night Happy's picked the outside.
Here.
So they've got to be careful through this section here, so they're not going to go on the lights. We're going to let everyone get around this first corner here.
Leader's got control of the race.
Away we go here.
Oh, look at Quick Mick having a good start. Longs the two McLarens, actually. Looking strong, but here we go. Are they going to have the grip coming up through this corner? We're going to see a few come wide.
Oh, there goes
There's one Bentley wide.
Oh, there's a Porsche.
Oh, and a Porsche.
That's Commander Jim. Oh, there goes the Acura. He's going around.
Yeah, unfortunately, Quick Mick got around here, but here's the Porsche redressing that, as the game would have been telling him to give back position 1 of for Tonight Havoc.
Yeah. And Whopper's all
Matty's
over.
Got
all over the backside of Matty.
All there. And look at that Bentley's looking nice there in 5th position of gear. He's got through the first few corners unscathed. He ran wide out of turn 1, which I thought a couple of the cars might have done at the Dunlop curve before they hit the chicane. But Commander Jim just running wide, putting some pressure on his teammate Night Havoc early on.
There we go, down the back straight to the S's.
And there's that spray dark you were talking about during qualifying. It is blinding.
Matty gets really close to the back of the Porsche and just stops in time. GT3 Gaming doesn't stop it in time at all. He takes to the grass.
No, that's it. Their tyres are just so cold and the pressures are down as Matty
defending Whopper trying to go around
the outside.
A Chicken Cordon Bleu. Oh, Matty's got a good boost there. So Whopper's made the move now.
Nice move by Whopper as he turns into the last corner recordament.
Yeah, to get back into the main straight here at Le Mans. So it is Porsche leading McLaren leading, Cadillac leading Ferrari now. Casey is into 6 now. GT3 Gaming with his dirt track cowboying, falling back to 7. Tammy is in 8th on the back gear, and Quick Mick having that spin at the start is falling back to 9th.
Yeah, you can see him maybe moving on forward. Those McLarens look like they've got some paces. Whopper now, look at him go. He's on the brakes hard. Yeah, just avoiding Commander Jim, but Matty's in for the show there. He's looking with his big grin on his face here at the moment. Looking at these two battle it out hard. As we can see, obviously, Kemi there really challenging Casey as well. So we'll see if he can try and get some... Oh, he's just dropping back just a little bit there. Gear 3 Gaming. Actually, he's made a mistake. So... Kemi is actually in front of him.
Oh, there goes Whopper around too early on throttle. Drops a couple of positions there. Oh, there goes Kemi doing the same thing sideways. This is where the throttle control comes into it, and here comes Quick Mick. He's going to split the two of them. Which green and white car is going to come out victorious here?
Oh, no. This is going to end in tears. Always going to end in tears. They're pushing too hard.
Down goes Quick Mick. Situational awareness, you've got to be careful with that stuff.
Yeah, forcing the issue there. Oh, Beastang.
He's had enough too. And Matty's just got past Whopper too, so Whopper's had a small incident there. As Matty runs really wide to the final corners.
I tell you what, this is going to be survival of the fittest here, isn't it? Who can keep going?
That's it. Who can keep the car on the track the longest? So Matty back up into third now with the McLaren of Whopper trying to hunt him down again.
Tell you what, Night Havoc's looking very comfortable in the wet. The Porsches are normally a good car in the wet, they normally say. As Quick Mick has had to come in for a pit.
Yep, a lot of damage to that Acura. As you can see, it is quietly banged up.
Yeah, he was trying to force that point down the middle. It was always going to end in tears. It's where sometimes you just got to, you know, it's hard as being on the track racing. You want to try and get those positions. That's what you're there for. But you've got to err on the side of caution, especially in the wet here. The cars are just struggling for grip. They're going to move around the track. Aquaplaning.
Yep, also situational awareness where the cars are around you too. We do have systems to help you locate the cars, but once they get to a certain point, the race indicator disappears and you have to remember that they're still there. So I believe that was just a case of people just not being sticking to a straight line and trying to cover themselves over. You know, look at what we're trying to hunt down Matty Seeking in the Cadillac.
But how about the move by Casey? They starting last after spinning out on the formation lap, and here he is in 5th, chasing down Whopper. So we've got the two McLarens 4th and 5th. He's actually motoring at the moment, Casey. So we'll see if he can get some nice laps together. He's still got 14 minutes remaining to see if he can try and get up into a podium.
That's it.
A little bit behind. Obviously, he's got 3 seconds to gain on Matty. But Whopper's right behind him. We might do on board here, and you can just see how much his spray is affecting these drivers.
So he's not super close to Matty, so it wouldn't be that bad, but still affect him a bit. Or Matty at the big wheel. See, this is the hardest part here, because you come to this really fast corner, and the car just wants to slide left, and you've got to stop things to make it to these corners here.
Yeah, and the painted curves will be slippery as well. Try and get the power on, I would imagine too, Darky.
That's it. Now we get into these long, you know, hairpin sections. You got one that goes right forever, and then you got one that goes left. So.
Yeah, that's the turn 5 we're coming up to now, which is the Moosey. So we might call that just the chocolate mousse corner.
Well, what we've got the big slide there. You can see that.
This is a big overtaking point, I reckon, especially in the dry. These two double right-hand corners around here at Garage Furt.
That's it. You got to get the car to stop. You can see Whopper's really closing in on here, Matty. But now this will be really difficult for Whopper to see.
Yeah, trying to pick up his reference points, Darky. It's, as you can see, Commander Cirrus takes the that turn 7 and 8 fairly well.
I think you mean Matty Seeking. Commander Cirrus is in a small jail somewhere right now. Or
Commander Cirrus. I mean, sorry, Matty Seeking was.
I'm
not too sure.
Oh, there's a slight touch there. Right on the back of the Cadillac. Here we go.
That's probably as close as we're going to get all race to the back of a Cadillac, and Whopper, look at him go, plenty of pressure.
But the strength of the Cadillac is it is quick in a straight line. Let's see if they can both stop it here.
So we've got the Porsches out front, 1 and 2. Night Havoc and Commander Jim.
Oh, here goes Matt. There's Whopper. He's got the run out of the corner there. He's on the inside. And he's made the move.
Nice move. Yeah, he's been setting Matty up for a little while.
That's it.
Casey's actually dropped, so we've got Cammy up into 5th position. So we're just seeing Cammy there in the Renault come on through. You don't want to be too far on the outside there. You can see all those puddles building up. Going to be a little bit hard to get the power on, but we don't know that Renault. He seems to find that line. It looks like it wasn't moving around too much.
No, and here's Casey. He's fallen back a bit, so he's probably had another little half spin somewhere. He's fallen back with Beast and Gear3 Gaming.
Oh, he's a little bit got tail happy coming out of the corner there. So I believe a bit of a puddle starts to come across the track and the exit around here somewhere, or down the run.
Something's just happened to Whopper. Whopper's had a spin again. Just notice that. Now Matty's
no.
back up into third, so Whopper seems to be making progress forward and then makes a small mistake and then goes backwards again. So he's had another half spin there.
2E Kemi, here he is. What a debut for Kemi at the moment. 4th position in the wet here on the Bugatti circuit. Can't get any tougher.
But both of the McLarens are in the action right now.
So there's a puddle there on the
there.
lead up of the final corner.
I think Whopper's got better drive in his McLaren out of the corners. I think Kemi's just holding up just a fraction, so he can't quite use it. So we'll see what happens here at the Dunlop chicane.
Kemi's into the 47s too, so he's matching the paces of Matty in front of him. So if he can just hold off Whopper, he's looking good. With 10 minutes remaining, and we've seen that, well, Matty lost himself around about 10 seconds from that spin, so... Whopper, I should say,
doing the big slide there, he just holds on to it.
Yeah, the La Chapelle Corby corner, that one. Turn 4.
So Night Havoc here, he's just out in front, just crushing everyone right now. Running 1 minute 45s. He's got a 6-second lead. No one challenging him. He's just doing his own thing. Just keeping the car on track. Commander Jim in the second. Porsche got a bit of a gap to Matty. Just pretty much doing something similar. Matty here. He's now got a gap between the other guys. Got 9 seconds, so he can try and hunt down Commander Jim.
Oh, it's Kemi and Whopper. I don't know if Whopper's given Kemi a little bit of a nudge in the braking area there, but geez, he took off, and Kemi's joining back. He's avoided the whole back straight there.
There is a speed of circuit that goes there, so Whopper's decided to do the right thing and slow off for him.
So Kemi may need to give back a position. Oh, look at that puddle there starting to grow, but we'll see. He's obviously got a time penalty, Kemi. He's had that earlier, both him and Casey. So Whopper may just need to follow Kemi and pick up this 4th position, though knowing Whopper, he'll probably want to try and overtake him and see if he can challenge Matty.
He'll want to try and overtake and try and make his way back to the front. So this you got, there goes Kemi. He's completely missed his braking marker there, so he's had to cut the track.
Yeah, starting to get it wrong here with the track getting really wet, Darky.
So here goes Whopper. This is his best opportunity. Kemi is going to slow for the slowdown. Whopper's take full advantage of it now.
Hopefully most of these guys have got enough fuel to get to the end too. No one's short filled. Because this race is definitely on here for 4th position.
Oh no.
Can he keep it off the fence?
Yes, he does.
Just.
And there goes Beasting.
And he stalled it. He fires it back up. And Gear has picked up that position as well. So the 2 McLarens now back in 7th and 8th. So it's not going well for them.
No,
so it's quick Mick.
He is down a lap.
Yeah, he's down a lap, but he pitted, didn't he, for that damage? So
he's just doing his own race right now. Just got to keep in it to get points. 1 minute 47, so he's not slow. He's right there at the pace. So if he didn't get involved in an incident, who knows where he could be right now?
That's it. If he gets benefits, if he gets a good result in the feature race, it's obviously double points to this one.
Into the Dunlop chicane here. Under the bridge he goes. So even the Porsche of not having it at the front is having some bit of fun there, sliding the car around. So
actually, he's not actually a lap behind because Quick Mick's just in front of him. Is that right?
Yeah. So yeah, he's probably just.
He's just on the edge of
we'll go
being a lap
to the
down.
quickly just to see. He's just on the verge of going a lap down.
Yeah.
So there's the second Porsche of Commander Jim. Whopper and Casey change positions now. So Whopper's not really having a good run. He's doing quick laps, but making plenty of mistakes with 2 minutes 7 there. So he's had another terrible lap that time.
Yeah, so either his tyres are not to his, something's there with the tyres that's maybe causing things not to go right. either over pressurised or something's going not enough, and he's starting to lose that grip.
That's it.
Who knows? But looks like Beastang's now trying to get on the back of Kemi, but Kemi's still doing those 47.3, so it's going to be hard for Beastang to get on the back of Kemi at the moment with just under 6 minutes remaining.
That's it. So we go on board Matty Seeking in the Cadillac as we go through Chicken Cotton Blur.
That's it.
So you can see the puddle here developing. Look how big it is. Well, big,
oh, you can just see it.
You could hear the wheel spin too under acceleration.
Yeah. It's almost time for them to red flag this event, but I think they'll get to this end of this race with 5 minutes remaining. They'll let it run.
That's it.
It'll be just interesting to keep an eye on the timing boards here, just to see what Beastang's doing compared to Kemi in lap
Matty's
time.
on the curve there. Matty's going around and Matty's hit the wall.
So wait for Kemi to come through the Dunlop curves here. We're going to see him shortly if we stay on board coming up the hill. There he is. There's the headlights.
So he's got plenty of time, but now Matty's got some damage for the final 5 minutes.
So we may just want to have a look at Kemi and just see how he maybe close in here, because this could be a very good opening race, a debut race for Kemi to grab a podium in wet conditions. As they say, the wet conditions normally even out the field a little bit.
That's it.
Especially the car performances normally get, you know, back to square one pretty much. Comes more down to the driver. He's running wide there out of the Muse, I think it is. Yeah, La Muse.
Chocolate Mousse Corner.
Chocolate Mousse Corner.
That's it.
And now we're coming into Garage Fur.
Kemi runs really wide there. So
I think he'll have quite a bit of... I didn't actually have a look when you had a look at the lap times. I think he'll have quite a few time penalties.
He had 5 seconds before, so...
Okay.
So Matty's just struggling the front end of the car now. We've got some damage, so you're just going to try and limp it to the end here. There's no point in pitting with this much time running. He goes Kemi down the inside. He's looking. No, he's making the move now. And there he goes, done.
Oh, he's going to be caught out here on Chicken Cordon Bleu, out wide.
That's it, Matty gets in the room. There's that big puddle, you've got to be careful of that. Into the front. Oh, a slight touch there.
Now, Kemi needs to move on. If he's got that 5 second time penalty, he needs to get going, because you've got Beastang coming in hard, and it won't be long that Beastang will get over here of Matty.
That's it, Matty got stuck in the dirt there, couldn't get the Cadillac out of it and accelerate.
Here comes the Ferrari.
Beastang is, he now goes past the Cadillac.
So just one little slip up is all it's taken for Matty, and he's gone from 3rd now down to 5th. And can he hold off the big Bentley coming charging through GT3 Gaming in 6th? This race was probably 5 minutes too long for Matty Seeking, sorry. Tell you what, they're doing a good job with this track. It's so wet.
That's it, they're just hanging in there.
Plenty of cars on the track trying to push the water off too, so you can see the racing line's still looking pretty healthy. There's just off the line, there's quite a bit of puddles starting to build up. And then we have those few sections where the puddles are just running straight across the track.
You can see here's one of the big puddles.
Yeah, I don't think it really affects us at all. When I say it doesn't affect it, it's affected the Bentley big time.
I was just about to say, gear wants to be straight when he gets to that puddle, and he was turning through it, so he ploughed that Bentley into the wall. So that gives Matty Seeking a bit of breathing space now.
Definitely it does. That Bentley now's got a crooked up nose, punched in nose. As Casey gets through that puddle, you can see that wobble too from him. And let's see how Whopper goes.
Yeah, bit of a wiggle there too.
Doesn't look good.
You can hear the Porsche of not having, still haven't been able to close down on Quick Mick there.
Well, Quick Mick's been doing averages of the 47s most of the laps. I've been watching him. He's been just about 1 second slower each lap to Night Havoc. So Night Havoc's only been able to slowly gain their position on him. Now, if when you look back, if Quick Mick didn't make that rash decision to split the Bentley and the whatever car it was beside him, the Renault, he may find himself actually in third position.
Let's see how these two guys deal with the puddle. And the Porsche didn't seem to be affected by it at all. He just went on going straight through. But here's Cammy, he's now up into third.
And he's got a 3-second gap to B-Stang, so you did say he had a 5-second penalty, so B-Stang may find himself on the podium.
Yep, 5 seconds. So B-Stang, he just needs to keep within that gap. We're probably, where are we? Where's the leaders? We're going to get one more lap in here.
Geez, they all wish that Night Havoc would just slow down, wouldn't they? Most of the drivers thinking, please, not another lap.
Here's Matty seeking the damaged Cadillac. Let's see how he gets to the puddle.
He's close. If he can get a little bit of extra time, he's close to actually leaping Cammy too with that penalty. He's not that far behind. But I think he's just I think he's dropping. Yeah.
So here's Night Havoc starting his final lap in the Porsche.
So what's that, lap 12? So you're right there, Darky, on the money. 12 laps you predicted.
So we're looking at right now another Porsche 1-2.
Yeah, they've been unstoppable at the moment, the virtual drivers. Congratulations to them as well. They've put in a lot of work, these two. They've been teammates for quite a few series now. But Night Havoc just got the upper hand here. Or can we say on the track, mate, don't ruin this good result.
So B-Stang's just on the edge of getting Cammy due to time penalties. Let's try and close up a little bit more. Let's be on the safe side.
Lap by Cammy of 46.7, Darky. That's pretty impressive.
That's it.
As the track getting so much wetter too, he wasn't that much faster than the leader. And Night Havoc, as we're on board here now, as they get through the
Commander Jim had a small incident the previous lap because he ran at 52, so that's a slow lap there.
Yeah.
As we go to the S's here for the final time for the leader, Night Havoc. So Quick Mick is now down one lap.
Yeah, unfortunate, but he probably just didn't want to do another lap, to be honest. So he's probably happy to be a lap down in the end.
As we enter
reset for the second race.
And as we enter Chicken Cordon Bleu. Coming into the
Cordon Bleu, getting
into the final corner.
Very wetted.
So here comes.
Congratulations to the 85 of Night Havoc in the Team Virtual Races Porsche. Beautiful race tonight.
It's another win for him.
Race one.
And here comes Commander Jim.
His teammate. Again, he's. They had a battle early on, their first few laps. It was very close between both Commander Jim and Night Havoc, with Night Havoc obviously getting the better of Commander Jim. But geez, there was no team orders there. Good to see. Let the boys race.
Here comes Cammy.
And here we go. Big moment for Cammy. Can he keep it? Extend it a little bit, get the power on nice and early, and try and extend it over 5 seconds to keep that third position. But we'll wait and see.
Just go off on the curb there. So here comes B-Stang.
Here comes B-Stang. That may get
third
position. He doesn't. So he's got a little bit of a problem there in the final corner, but there you go. What a result for the two Porsches, 1 and 2 again. But, you know, it has to go out to Cammy. What a drive for his first drive here to come home on the podium. And Casey, race that he'd probably like to forget, he was there. He was pretty fast, as was Quick Mick, as we saw a lap down. But Whopper, again, threw it away. He was in third position.
Yeah.
Then same as Matty. Matty was in third. No one wanted to be in third, but look, Cammy kept hold of third with a 5-second penalty. And what was the gap there? Wasn't much in it, but obviously B-Stang's last lap wasn't too good.
Yeah, about a second. Just blew out there in the final lap. So Night Havoc takes the win here for a Porsche 1-2 with Commander Jim in second. Cammy takes his first podium in the Renault. B-Stang coming home in fourth. Just couldn't quite close the gap up, just still third away from Cammy. Matty Zeki in the Cadillac doing quite well, but had that one incident, he drops him down to fifth. GT3 Gaming also struggling too in sixth. Casey, another person struggling in the McLaren in seventh. Whopper was there but made mistakes, unfortunately dropped him down to eighth, and Quick Mick unfortunately got involved in an incident and finishes in ninth in the Acura.
So, you know, at the end of the day, one of the big performers there, Cammy, from 8th position. Well, he qualified 9th, but ended up being starting in 8th after Casey had to start at the end at the back of the grid from his spin in the formation lap. But from 8th to 3rd, tremendous effort. But, you know, still Night Havoc starting on pole, dominating the race, had the battle with Commander Jim, his teammate, and still came out in front. So some good driving by everyone there. And we will be back very shortly for race 2. So stick with us, and we should be back within, about less than half an hour, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, about 15, 20 minutes.
All right. So then, we'll see you shortly.
Bye.